his brother, everyone against his neighbor, because it's going to be a civil war in America too. You know, the country's already more divided than it's ever been. America's more divided than damn 1739. You know, you got the KKK, they having all type of rallies and shit for this Donald Trump. You even got ads on Craigslist, all right, to gather up more white men to defend Donald Trump at this inauguration. You know, so this country is divided. So there's going to be civil war, the leftists versus the rightists, you know, all this bullshit.
Yeah, if I could add real quick, back when they had the Republican conventions, you had something like 10,000 bikers go up to Cleveland to protect Donald Trump, come from all over the country, man. There's something similar like that's going to happen at his inauguration. So you know something might pop off. You know, because one person getting to shooting, when you got in a big crowd, it could lead to chaos.
Yeah, they already staged that one thing where he had to get rushed off the stage. A lot of people forgot about that.
And with them,
that mark of the beast 666 stands for 6 days, 6 months, 6 years.
No.
no.
Read it. Go to Revelation real quick.
That's an RFID chip, right? That's what the elites want to put in the masses to control them. But that's known as the mark of the beast.
666. Yeah, I know that boy.
Yeah, but it's an actual chip. It's a radio frequency identification device.
Like you be going to the tops and shit like that, to the stores, to the mall. When you go to the mall, they got a new thing now because they put the chips in the cars. They say insert the chip. You ever heard them say that? All right, well pay attention next time you go to the mall or something, and somebody cashing out, because you might not got a card, but you got a card with a chip in it.
I don't got one with a chip in it, but basically, well go ahead, you got it, bro.
In Obamacare in 2012, it was an implantable device that's because Obamacare is a law. It ain't just healthcare; it's a law. So they just ain't implemented yet. Everybody got to get a chip in it. All American citizens.
It's like the size of a grain of rice. Yeah, like his card. See his card, all these different credit cards in it, they got a chip now. Like before this, they didn't have a chip. Now the new credit cards got a chip. But after this, they gonna want to put the chip in you.
In you, yeah. I heard about that. And if you don't get it put in you, they gonna try to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the mark of the beast. Read the scripture real quick.
Revelation 13 and...
Because before, the credit cards didn't have these. So they slowly doing it. Now when you go, like I work at a retail store, now you don't slide the cards. It says insert the chip. So they prepping you slowly. So now after, when they want to put it in you, they're going to just say, look, scan your chip. It's a slow process, but they doing it.
And they're going to make all these top celebrities and sports stars, you know, push that chip so that they get the simpletons.
Like this will be an old card. Ain't no chip on these.
Yeah.
Now if you got a bank and you lose, say you got an old bank card and you lose your old one and you go get a new one, your new one gonna have a chip on it.
Not only that, my friend, they sent him one and he had his old card still, so his shit was still working, so he didn't even touch it. And then they turned his old card off. And he went to the bank and complained. They said, man, we're not using those no more.
So the next step is they gonna crash the financial system. There ain't gonna be no more money. They gonna put the chip in you. And that's in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. Read it real quick.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right, so basically, what these elites want to do, they want to cause, it don't matter whether you're free, don't matter whether you're in prison, don't matter whether you're like a president, don't matter whether you're some bum on the street. They want you to have this mark, all right, because it's going to be a cashless society.
And how you know it's talking about a chip? When you go into the Greek, because the New Testament was written in Greek, when you go into the Greek, that word mark is charagma. That's how you say it in the Greek, charagma. It means to plant or to insert something to your flesh. Yeah, that's what it's talking about, the RFID chip, radio frequency identification device. In your right hand and in your forehead is where your body produces the most heat. So that's where that chip is going to be most active, because it's going to be active based upon your body heat.
Yeah, and getting into the history of that word charagma, back in the ancient times when, you know, you had farmers that had thousands of different cattle, and that they used to put an incision or a stamp, you know, to brand their horses, brand their cattle, and that's where that word originates from. It was called a charagma, a mark. You know, and that's what they want to do. They basically want to own you.
Because think about this: if you got a chip inside you, right? You got all your all your monies on it, all your medical history, everything that, you know, your birth certificate. You ain't gonna need no driver's license. You gonna have a chip. You ain't gonna need no birth certificate. It's all gonna be on that chip. So if you decide, if you wanna just say, look, man, I ain't with this shit, they could just turn your chip off. And you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. So that's like total control.
And that's not the only part either. You know, these chips, they have a tracking device in it, so they can know where you're at, no matter where you go. At all times.
That's why it's called a radio
times.
Frequency identification device.
They've been putting it into pets since the 80s. You know, as an experiment to work out the bugs.
And they want to put it in your kids. They say, well, you can track your kids easier. They get kidnapped.
Yeah.
This all bait.
Yeah, they're gonna make it seem like it's a good thing. Like, oh, well, if your grandmother falls while she at home by herself, she got the chip in, and all she gotta do is just, you know, activate it, and the medical people will be there and quick, you know. They're gonna try to push it like it's a good thing. You know, they might have LeBron or Kobe or somebody advertising that shit, or Magic Johnson. Niggas gonna think that's cool. Or they might have Jay-Z or Young Thug rapping about the shit, man.
They already had it on Good Morning America. Brooke Shields was getting into it about how I think it's like a small, people worry about privacy and all that. I think it's a small price to pay to be able to keep tabs on your kids.
He was on Dr. Drew too.
Yeah, Dr. Drew, he was pushing that chip.
They started to talk about it through the mainstream media, but go to the part where it says 603 score 6 so you can understand.
Let's continue. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6.
Now 600 is 1 6, right? 600, that's 1 6. 3 scores is another 6 because 1 score is 20. A score is 20, so if you got 3 scores, that's 60. So that's 6, 6, and then 6. So that's basically what it is. And all that really is basically means like that barcode right there. That's basically what it breaks down to. But it's not 6, I don't know how you pronounce it. That's not what it is. A lot of people break it down and try to go too deep into it. But the mark of the beast is simply talking about that chip, man, that RFID chip. That's what it is.
Yeah, that barcode.
Anybody who tells you that it's something different, they don't understand the scriptures.
Well, the number 6 in Kabbalah numerology just means destruction.
True.
You know,
double destruction.
and that's what they believe. The Kabbalah
Some people will
numerology.
tell you that the microchip, I mean not the microchip, some people will tell you that the mark of the beast is Christianity. That's not what it's talking about, man. It's a physical mark that these top elites, these Illuminati families want to push. Like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they want to chip the masses of the society so they can have complete control over you. You got something?
Yeah.
So when they crash the financial system, they gonna introduce that, man.
You said if you don't take that chip, they gonna kill you, right? That's in the Bible. It's Revelation.
Preach this to me.
Yeah, it's Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. It
I read about the chip, I
yeah, so you know not to take that, right?
but if you're not living up righteous,
Hey, you better not take that chip. let me go to 14 and 9.
14 and 9, yeah, because the scripture tell you what's gonna happen.
This was gonna happen. Fuck, if you ain't living righteous, don't take that chip. It say this Revelation 14 and 9. It say, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and with brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Right. So if you take that chip,
So let me ask you a question. So the people who lost in sin, if the people who take that chip basically is going to get thrown in the lake of fire. You know what I'm saying? But the people who's lost in sin, they going to hell anyway. So
Ain't no such thing as hell. This, look, you see, America will soon be destroyed by nuclear missiles.
And that's in the Bible too.
Yeah, that's in the Bible. This the lake of fire. You standing in the lake of fire right now,
Yeah,
it just ain't on fire.
There's no such place that's under this ground that we standing in right now that the devil is chilling in, and it's hell.
Yeah.
Hell is a condition. The word hell basically means the grave.
Yeah, the
Like,
Catholic Church
you gotta think
made
about
up
it, man.
hell dying.
Think about this, bro. That's a fairy tale. You think that it's a place under your feet right now that's burning, that's hell?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta use your brain.
No,
It's-
I was prophesied because I'm a child of God too, but I stumbled across a trial and tribulation. I still pray. I lost my ways. I was under the